Page 46, From an Airplane Window. Well, this looks a bit challenging with all these eighth notes all over, but let's take a look and see what we got. I'm just going to go through my process for learning a new piece of music. I see it's about a page and a half long. Treble and bass clef, one flat in the key signature, so we're in the key of F major. All the B's in it are going to be automatically played as B flats, wherever they are. We have eighth notes, quarter notes, half notes, whole notes, dotted half notes, well, gang's all here, everything. We got a few fermatas around, we'll have to deal with those. The holds, remember the hold, the symbol for a hold, it's a fermata, I call it a fermata. And we have a pickup beat, so that means the first three beats got to be somewhere else. Well, look at the end, page 47. Last measure has a dotted half note, that's 3 counts, so that's close enough. I want to take this one hand at a time because this piece doesn't really fall under the fingers real well. Fall under the fingers means everything, all the notes are conveniently placed. You can get to them. Piano playing doesn't always work that way, so we have to deal with it. So right hand first, you're starting here. Here. Don't forget the B flat, it's in the key signature. And it's 1 and 2 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And then I want you to reach down here. You got small hands, you got to lift up and move. Well, let's try different fingering then, see if we can help this out. Instead of third finger, I'm going to use fourth finger. I'm just going to come down here. It's important in piano playing, regardless of how big your hands are or how little they are, that you be able to do 5 and 4, the fingers 5 and 4, with a note in between. Either hand, this is a really important ability in piano playing, so let's work on that. So here we're going to do that. I'm relaxed as I'm playing the C's, and then when I do that, I'm using that as my anchor, and I just come down 4 here. So it's really here. This way, when I have to reach down for the C, I'm closer to it. And then it claps here. So again, from the beginning, it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then down here. And go on, just reach up to the C. Remember letter to letter? We got to be able to do that, letter to letter. Just reach up. And then reach down again. This is almost the same as reaching up here. You get that a lot, so don't worry about it. Reach up. Fourth finger. Every time I get this A after playing C's, I'm going to use fourth finger. Here. And that melody just kind of happens and happens and happens. The rhythm changes. You got to watch the rhythm because the eighth notes are not always on the same beats as they were before. So watch the rhythm. In the left hand, well, it's doing its own thing. That's just, gotta love it when the hands do their own thing at the same time. You're starting here. Don't forget the B flat. And it's 4 and 1. 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and rest. And during the rest, you gotta come down here, 5 and 1 or 5 and 2, depending on how big your hands are. 5 and 1 if you can. And then here. Then at the end of the line there, you get a quarter rest to come back up where you were. That's basically what the left hand is doing. So let's see what happens. Now when I first put the hands together, I'm going to hesitate all over. I don't care. I just wanted to see which notes, which fingers are working together and when. So at the beginning, I'm here, and it's 4 and 4, and these. And then here, these are together. And then I reach down. I got to get off the C a little early because the right hand needs it. And as I'm playing these, I got to get the left hand in the position. And then here. And then again at the end of the line, as I play that last note, I got to get the left hand in the position. The second line, I do a 2-1 there on that one. because I'm going to lift up anyway. It's the end of a phrase, and I can do that. I can come up here at that time. It's fine. It happens. We do it sometimes. I would prefer not to have to do that, but we have to do that, so it doesn't matter what I prefer. It's got to be. And that's pretty much it. It's very repetitious. So kind of get the hands working together and then go back over the treble spots. And since it's like every 2 lines is almost identical. So just get the first 2 lines down. You've pretty much got the piece. But get rid of the hesitations. No hesitations, a steady beat throughout. And once you have all that working, could be months later, I don't care, I'm in no hurry. Once you have it working, then we think about the articulation. And we look around and I see no articulation given except maybe the holds. And on the holds, you just hold those notes out however long you think it's right. Just what feels right. If I do it with a metronome, I'll double the value and I'll hold them for 6 counts instead of 3. But otherwise, it's just what feels right, and then you go on. For the dynamics, well, it's to the melody, and the pickup at the beginning, that's melody. And then the right hand gets it. Okay, and they don't give you a dynamic. They don't tell you how loud or soft to get. So you decide. It's not really loud, it's not really soft, it's somewhere in the middle. And whatever it is, the melody needs to be heard. So this left hand, when it's not melody, keep it down. So you get the idea. You want to get into it where you're comfortable enough with it where you're not thinking so much about the awkwardness of what the fingers are doing. You're getting into the music, and then we interpret it. Well, again, start with the natural accents. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the first 2 beats sound like a pickup. Go to here, here, 3, 4. One, 2, 3. I exaggerated so you can hear it better. Really, you just want to feel these. And the phrasing is kind of built in for you. It's for the most part, it's where the fermatas are. Then you lift up and go on. If you find other places where you can phrase it, that's fine. Like at the end of the first line, that last measure. But you can do that. Lift up. That's fine too. So it would be more like every 4 measures, and each phrase starts with a pickup beat. You can lift up if you want, like taking a breath. That's interpreting music. Some people might do it that way, others not, and that's fine, because everybody doesn't need to interpret it the same way. It's up to you. At the end of page 47, you get a retardando. Retard is short for retardando. Or you're going to slow it down a little bit. And my tendency in that case is I'm going to gradually get a little softer too, because it's coming to an end. Just keep the left hand in the background. That's interpreting the music. I mean, if you want to sing it, you go right ahead. I don't sing in these videos. They're bad enough already. So if you want to sing it, you can. To me, singing just makes it a little more harder. Make sure you can play it pretty well before you try singing it. far as interpreting it goes, again, they have commas in here, and if you'd like to lift up with each comma, make each of those a phrase, try that and see what you think. Lift up, lift up, lift up, lift up. Try that if you want. It's like a statement reply. Statement, reply. Statement, reply. Statement. Different ways of interpreting the music. I don't really like short phrases because to me that makes the music choppy. And I like it to flow a little better. So I would probably tend to connect at least the statement and reply together into one thing, and then maybe lift up there. Do that. It's like every 2 measures you lift up or so. Now let's play this together very slowly and check all the notes and rhythms. I'm going to play both hands about the same loudness. I'm going to lift up, I think, for the phrasing about every 2 measures each time. Just that's one way of doing it. You don't have to do it that way, but that's what I'm going to do in this case. I'll give us 3 counts because we come in on beat 4. We're just going to go really slow. You should play the same note I'm playing at the same time. And on all these fermatas, these holds, I'm going to hold those 6 counts and then go on. 1 and ready and go and 4 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, hold, 2, go on. And 4 and 1, 2, 3, hold, 2, go on. And 2, and 4 and 1, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, off.